If you're tired of the Sunday night panic, the mental spiral, the okay, tomorrow I will do better promises you make to yourself, this video is for you. If Monday mornings feel like a reset button you keep on pressing, hoping that this time you will finally stick to it, but by Thursday or Friday you already feel yourself slipping again, I want you to stay with me. This pattern isn't random. It's not happening because you're lazy, undisciplined, or doing something wrong. It's happening because the way most of us have been taught to reset after a hard weekend that actually keeps us stuck in this cycle. And if you ever thought, why can I be so capable in other areas of my life, but not with food? You're not alone in that either. I'm saying this as someone who spent years in that exact loop. Sunday night anxiety, Monday morning control, a few good days, and then the slow slide back into guilt, overeating, and starting over. And now also, after working with so many women who struggle with emotional eating and perfectionism around food, I can tell you, the Monday restart isn't the solution, it's the problem itself, or it's part of the problem. By the end of this video, you will understand why the Monday cycle feels so hard to break, what's actually happening emotionally and physiologically, and how to stop starting over in a way that feels calm, realistic, and sustainable. Not by trying harder, but by understanding what your brain and your body are actually responding to. This is a huge part of becoming her. Not the version of you who keeps on resetting, but the version who knows how to continue. On the surface, starting over every Monday looks like motivation. You overeat on the weekend, you feel uncomfortable in your body, you feel guilty or disappointed in yourself. So your brain jumps to the fastest solution it knows. I'll get back on track on Monday. But if we slow this down, there's usually something else underneath. Sunday night often isn't motivating, it's panicky. It's your nervous system trying to regain control after a few days that felt unstructured, indulgent, or emotionally charged. So Monday becomes less about care and more about correction. Stricter rules, tighter control, less flexibility, more pressure to do it right this time. And yes, sometimes that works for a few days. But the cost of that control is high because the tighter the rules, the more fragile the system becomes. One stressful meeting, one poor night of sleep, one emotional moment, and suddenly the whole thing collapses. Not because you failed, but because the system was built on pressure instead of support. Here's something important to name. Starting over every Monday is often perfectionism in disguise. Perfectionism doesn't always look like wanting everything to be perfect. Sometimes it looks like believing that anything less than perfect doesn't count. So when the weekend feels messy, your brain decides, well, that version of me doesn't count anymore. And instead of practicing how to continue imperfectly, you practice how to quit and restart. And over time, your brain learns a pattern. Effort is temporary, consistency only exists when conditions are ideal, discomfort means something has gone wrong, food needs control to be managed. That pattern becomes automatic, and the more times you repeat it, the harder it becomes to trust yourself, not because you're incapable, but because you've trained yourself to associate mistakes with abandonment. And this is exhausting. And this is why so many women feel stuck in the same cycle for a year or year after years, even though they are trying so hard. Sunday night deserves its own conversation because Sunday night isn't really about food. It's about anticipation. Your brain is already living in Monday, the responsibilities, the expectations, the pressure to be good again. So Sunday night becomes the emotional last stand, the last chance to relax, the last chance to feel free, the last chance to escape the rules you know are coming. And if food is your main coping tool or one of the few places you allow yourself comfort, it makes sense that Sunday nights feel chaotic. Your body isn't sabotaging you, it's responding to perceived restriction. The harder you grip during the week, the louder the rebound becomes. And this is why just stop binging on weekends advice doesn't work, because the weekend isn't the problem, the cycle is. You've probably heard things like, just don't start over, just be consistent, just don't let one weekend ruin everything. But here's the missing piece. Consistency doesn't come from effort alone, it comes from emotional safety. If continuing feels like a punishment, shame, or restriction, your nervous system will always look for relief. So the real question becomes, how do I make continuing feel safer than restarting? That's the shift that changes everything. And now here it finally is, how to stop starting over. Step number 1, retire the Monday reset. Monday is no longer a fix-it day, it's a continuation day. Even after a messy weekend, even after overeating, even after guilt. Instead of asking, how do I undo this? You ask, How do I support myself today? That might look like eating normal meals again instead of restricting, drinking water without forcing the detox behaviors, moving gently instead of punishing workouts. This step alone removes so much of the pressure. Then step number 2, replace rules with anchors. Rules are brittle, anchors are grounding. Rules sound like, I must eat perfectly, I can touch certain foods. Anchors sound like, I eat breakfast, I pause before nighttime eating, I check in with hunger once per meal. Anchors give you something to turn to without spiraling. They allow flexibility without chaos. Then step number 3, stay in the messy middle. This is where real change happens. Instead of, I messed up, I will start again tomorrow, you practice, okay, this happened, what do I need right now? Not what you should do, what you actually need. Rest, comfort, food, reassurance, less pressure. The more you stay with yourself instead of abandoning yourself, the quieter the cycle becomes. Then step number 4, redefine what success looks like. Success is no longer, I ate perfectly all week. Success becomes, I didn't punish myself. I didn't restrict to compensate. I noticed patterns without spiraling. I kept going. This is how identity shifts happened, not through intensity, but through repetition. The woman you're becoming doesn't live in extremes. She doesn't need Mondays to redeem herself. She doesn't need Sundays to escape. She knows how to adjust without panic, continue without shame, support herself through discomfort. She doesn't start over, she responds. And every time you choose continuation over punishment, you're practicing being her. So if you're listening to this and thinking, I see myself in this, but I don't know where to start, I created a free quiz that will help you understand your specific emotional eating pattern. It's called What Type of Emotional Eater Are You? It will give you clarity on what drives your overeating, why certain moments feel harder than others, and what kind of support your body actually needs. You can take it in just a few minutes. The link is down in the description below. And if this video made you feel seen, if it helped you understand yourself with a little more compassion, please like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss what's coming next. And tell me in the comments, what usually triggers your I will start again on Monday moment? So let me tell you again, you're not failing, you're becoming the woman you've always wanted to be. Lots of love, and I will see you in the next video.